Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my go-to glowy skin look. This is one of my more everyday looks where I keep my eyes pretty simple and my lips, everything is simple and the skin is just really glowy and fresh-faced. I know I'm using the term fresh-faced very loosely here since I have like a bunch of makeup on. I also know that for some people this might not qualify as simple because I'm still wearing like primer, foundation, concealer, bronzer, blush, highlight, you know what I mean? But it's made to look like it's simple and like it's my skin. So it's basically all about deception. Trying to create the appearance of perfect glowy skin for those of us that might not have that underneath. So yeah, this isn't a no makeup kind of look. This isn't a 5-minute makeup look. I would say it's more of like a 10-minute makeup look, so it's still very realistic. And you can just pick and choose what steps you want to incorporate into your makeup routine. You don't have to do everything that I'm doing in this video. Even if you don't wear that many products, you can still probably gather some tips and tricks from this video. Also, yes, the bottoms of my hair are a little bit purple. I was trying to do all over purple, but I guess the top of my hair is too dark now, so didn't work out exactly how I wanted it to, but it's a little bit ombre purple. So I'm gonna stop blabbering now and we'll get started. So for the first step, you're gonna need to prep your skin. I like to go in with my First Aid Beauty Primer and I mix it with this Hard Candy liquid bronzer. I just apply it to the back of my hand and add a drop of the bronzer and mix it together and then apply. It just adds a little bit of glow and color to my skin, which I find that since I'm so pale, when I look a little bit tanner, then my skin looks a little bit better. Since I do have like blemishes and I'm an idiot and I pick at them, so I have like scabs, which are so hard to cover up. And then I make sure to apply some to my neck as well, just to kind of bronze up that area. So as you can see, it wasn't any dramatic change, but it did make me a little more glowy and bronzed. Next, I do like to do some color correcting. I'm just taking my NYX palette. Like I mentioned in my last video, if you enjoy simple makeup, color correcting can be your best friend because you can literally dab on some color corrector for blemishes, add some peach under the eyes, or the darker color if you're tanner, depending on the color of your under eyes. And it creates a great base for you to just apply some light foundation or BB cream and you're good to go for the day. I'm going to be using my Boots No. 7 Lift and Illuminate foundation. I love this stuff. I'm almost out of it. Don't you hate when like all your favorite products are running out at the same time? This foundation is amazing for dry skin. I don't know how it would do for oily skin so much. Combination, maybe if you prepped and powdered your T-zone very well, it would probably work. It's not the longest wearing foundation. Most of the foundations I end up liking aren't like 16-hour wear. For some extra glow, I actually added in these Cover FX Celestial drops. I just mix them into the foundation. And then I just dot it on my face. For a drugstore option for the liquid glow, I would just use the L'Oreal Lumi Primer. You can also just put a few drops of that and mix it into your foundation. I really love that stuff. I just like to add in lots of glow to my looks when I'm doing a simple look. Just makes my skin look so fresh and dewy. So I'm just using my old school Real Techniques sponge for this video. I had people ask which one I like more, this one or the diamond sponge one, and I honestly don't know. I feel like they're both great and I still use both of them. The diamond sponge one is definitely better for getting into the tiny creases, but since I've used circular sponges for so long, this one is still a little bit more comfortable to hold because that's what I'm used to and what most people are used to. So yeah, I don't know, I use a little bit of each of them. For brows, I'm not going to go into too much detail because you guys have seen me do my brows a ton of times and I even have a brow video all about brows, so I'll link that video. But for my everyday looks, I try to do minimal brow product even though it's a little bit difficult because my eyebrows are so scrawny. So I try to just fill in the areas where I have gaps And then to clean up the brows, as usual, I use my Highbrow from Benefit. I actually looked at the sneak peek of my March Ipsy bag, and I'm getting an eyebrow highlight pencil in my Ipsy bag. I'm so excited. I was just talking about how I want to find a cheaper one that would work as well, so definitely gonna film an unbagging once I get that. And then I just like to set it with some brow gel. Brows are like the one thing that I will never skip. If I'm doing a quick, really simple look and I need to be out the door, I'll definitely do my brows and maybe do like some concealer and bronzer and mascara. I can't do simple looks anymore, guys. Yeah, definitely brows and mascara are like a huge difference. For concealer, I'm just gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me. I've really been digging this one lately. It's so creamy. Everyone says that it's a dupe for the NARS Creamy Radiant, and I don't think it is. I think it's just the bottle that makes people think that it looks similar, but the consistency is definitely less moussey. NARS Creamy Radiant is more of like a moussey creamy texture. This one is a little bit more liquidy, but it's not too runny. It's still creamy. It has really good coverage. I don't think this little scab is gonna get covered up very well. I have to touch up my brow a little bit. There's like this little gap at the front of my brow and it drives me crazy. Out of your two brows, which brow is your favorite? Comment down below. Mine is my right brow. After concealer, I'm going to set my face. I'm not going to use translucent powder today. I'm just going to use this pressed powder from Wet n Wild. This is their Photo Focus powder. And I'm just going to go over and set my face. I like this powder because it doesn't look cakey on the skin. A lot of times powders just accentuate makeup a lot and take away that skin-like look, but this one doesn't do that, so I really like it. Next, I usually bronze up my face. I don't contour every day. I usually just use bronzer. A lot of times bronzer is dark enough to kind of do a bronze and contour at the same time. And I usually use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, or now I really like the Milani Dolce bronzer. But I remember in my ColourPop bronzer, which I haven't used in ages, this is in the shade Skinny Dip. It's their Super Shock Cheek Bronzer. The tricky thing with these is they're kind of a creamy consistency. They're like a cream to powder sort of deal. I would recommend using a really dense brush. That way you can get a good amount of pigment on it. And this one is kind of deeper, so I like to use it as a mix of a contour and a bronzer. And I just kind of pat that on. I don't swipe because it's kind of more of a cream and I don't want it to swipe off any of the product below, so I just pat it on. Also, I've been thinking to do a video dedicated just to ColourPop products. There's a couple of products that I still haven't tried, like their new powder shadows. Basically mostly the powder products, like their powder bronzer, their powder blush that just came out. I haven't tried those most recent things, but I've tried a lot of their products, so I was wondering if you guys would like to see that. Let me know in the comments. Cream products a lot of the times can be harder to use, but they tend to look more natural on the skin because they don't sit on top of the skin. They really sink in and blend. They become one with your skin. So for eyes, I've mentioned this before, but I usually just like to take some bronzer on a little brush. And usually I just do it in the crease, but a lot of times I like it all over the lid just for a little brown-eyed look. For blush, I'm going to go into my Cheekathon palette and I'm going to be using this shade right here. It's called Daisy. They do sell all of these individually, so you can buy Daisy just by itself. But I really love this palette. It's so convenient. I love having all of these colors on hand, so if you thought about purchasing it, it's definitely worth it. I like to use this rosy pink shade just because I'm more fair skin and it's the most natural little flush of color. It gives that fresh face look. The most natural dewy skin highlight that I own is probably the Essence Pure Nude highlight, but today I'm going to use the e.l.f. highlighting palette. I feel like this one still gives off a pretty natural glow. There's no shimmer. It's still that dewy, wet kind of highlight, and I haven't used it in a while, so I figured I would change it up on camera. I'm gonna mix those two colors together. Just apply it to the tops of my cheeks. So it's definitely not an in-your-face kind of highlight, but it looks really natural and dewy on the skin. I'm also going to take a little bit of that lightest color into my inner corners. And I always take a nude pencil and line my waterline as well. To set my face, I'm going to use this mini MAC Fix Plus. This is in the rose scent. And look how tiny it is. I actually didn't realize, but later after I purchased it, I looked it up, and this one is $12 and the full size is $24. The full size has almost 3.5 ounces of product, and this little guy is half price and it only has 1 ounce. This one is great if you want a travel size or if you want to like try out MAC Fix Plus and aren't sure if you'll love it, which you will. I would suggest buying the full size for sure. And for anyone wondering about the scent, it's not too overpowering. It's just like a light rose water scent. I like to tap my face with my sponge a little bit. My skin is looking so glowy. For eyes, I'm going to curl my lashes first. Highly recommend doing this step, especially for like natural days. Even if you're going out the door with no makeup and no mascara, no nothing, curl your lashes. It makes the biggest difference. It just lifts them up, at least for me, and it makes them actually visible. I'm gonna take my Man-Eater mascara from Tarte. On simple makeup days, I usually don't put mascara on my bottom lashes. My bottom lashes are pretty long, so when I do put mascara on them, it makes my top lashes look shorter. It just kind of offsets the balance. So when I don't have much eye makeup going on, I usually don't put mascara on my bottom lashes. For lips, I've kind of revamped my love for lip crayons. They're just so easy and you just throw on a little bit of color and you're good. Today I'm going to use this NARS one. I'm not sure the shade. It says Biscayne Park, but I'm not sure if that's like where it was made or the name of it. I think that's the name. Biscayne Park, and it's their satin lip pencil. And that is basically it for my go-to glowy look. I did have to go in and touch up my eyebrows a little bit. I feel like they've been uneven the whole video. If my eyebrows were bugging you the whole video, give this video a thumbs up. But yeah, for my everyday looks, I just go for a really glowy, bronzy type of vibe. This look is great for the day, but what's awesome is it's really easy to dress it up for the night. If you guys would like a video on like a day to night look, like turning this look into a nighttime or like date night look or something like that, let me know, because that would be kind of a cool video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! Hi Mama. Hi. Hi Mama. Hi, Mama's doing a video. Be quiet.
Hi Mama. Oh Mama. It's cold Mama. It's cold then. But pants. Cozy pants.
Cozy pants?